welcome back. So, I did a thing. And sorry that I haven't been on in the last little while. Well, like I said, I did a thing. And then I got a cold. And then that knocked me out. And knocked my voice out. And all sorts of other shit. So, yeah. I did a thing about a new EV. This is the 2019 Chevy Bolt. I gave up my 16 Leaf soon after I fixed the brakes on it. It came at me rather fast. I got a text message from a dealership in, I think, Calgary first. The guy left me hanging, and then soon after that, somebody else texted me right after that, because I have been looking for EVs, and then once I realized the Leaf wasn't good enough, I started looking again. So some of these people were coming back up after a year or so, asking me whether I had found a car. I said, well, the only way I'm going to find or go with you guys is if you have this particular model, and that's all I'm going to deal with. I don't want to go from an EV back to a gas car, because obviously I have a gas car. So after all said and done, it went rather quickly. So by the time I got the message to basically sending over paperwork was roughly a week. And in that week, like I said, I had just got the car fixed. I was about ready to put it back on the road. So that was the end of that last video, was basically a week. Right at the end of that week, I got the text message basically for this one. It came out of BC from Titanium Audio Group. Right there. Right there. So, yeah. So, lovely lady calls me up, or, well, texts me, and says, what could we do for you? I says, well, I want, basically, I screwed up on the year model. I was looking for anything like a 19 to the new body style. The new body style of the Bolts, I don't like their shifter switches, so I wasn't too keen on that, but I would have lived with it. But I'm kind of glad I didn't, because that would have been more money. But yeah, I bought this one. I'm in debt to, well, the devil's got my soul now. That's for damn sure. I'm paying close to 60 grand for this after all said and done. Not happy about it, but with my credit being the way it is, so be it. So anyway, yeah, so after fixing the car and then about ready to plate it, then I thought, no, I'm not going to plate it. I'll wait till payday and then plate it, and then just put it on the road instead of plating it and then replating it on payday. That would have been a waste of money, so I left it sit. Well, within that time period, I got this message for this car, and then by the time I got all said and done, it was flipped over and away we go. So I've had this one for just a little over 2 weeks now, and I absolutely love this one, considering it's got 3 times the battery pack that the other one had. So yeah, now I've got the dog's off the leash now. It's running rampant. So yeah, this is my new, to me, Chevy Bolt. It's a 2019. It's got a 60 kilowatt battery pack in it. I was going to do a mod today, but it turns out the pieces that I have for it, so I was going to put LEDs in this little ring and put it into the charge port, but this turns out to be a little tall, so I won't be doing that today. I'll probably start wiring it and getting it ready, but I've got other things to do, so I can't tear the car apart completely. I've already got the diesel heater in this thing. I don't technically need it. I'm sure a lot of people are going, what the fuck? But technically, yeah, I don't need it in here. But with the 140 kilometer range that I'm losing because I'm running the extra heat, or the actual heat that's in this thing, I'm still able to get back and forth to work at least twice without having to charge the car. So I can drive the 60 kilometers to work, tootle around Regina, turn around and come back home and still tootle around here and drive back to work the next day without having to charge, and then maybe charge at work and then drive back home is so much nicer. And weather's not a factor, wind and whatnot. I can definitely tell in the car when I got a lot of wind because the kilowatt meter just skyrockets. So I get a lot of wind on the side of this thing and you can feel it pushing. But yeah, the diesel heater is in this car. So the way I've installed it, I don't have a tank for it yet because I want to keep it really hidden. So, yeah, come on, open up. There you go. So we've got one floor, we've got this other floor, and then where all your stuff would be, like there's this thing where all your stuff sits. So all your charger bits and all the other stuff would have sat in this. I've taken that out. I'll throw that in storage. And I've put this in. So I've popped out one of the plugs and then put it through the floor. And then now I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get this up here maybe, and then point it out like right here and kind of shoot it forward. That way I can warm the car without having to use the battery. And at 40 below, this thing, you do feel chill still. You do feel kind of warm, but chilled. So I want to run this basically with that because I like heat in the winter. So I don't like feeling that cold shiver up your back. But I just got to find a tank that will fit. And Amazon's got five liter ones that will fit basically side by side here. And that'll give me the same 10 liters. Actually, it'll give me an extra liter of fuel if I stick them side by side. I might actually be able to stick another one here, so I might have like 15 liters within this area. So they're about $40 some a piece, and I want to put them all in here. So this hasn't been fired up quite yet. The head-up display for it, oh, stop beeping at me, sits right there, right above the radio. And the wire goes down over here, goes through the back of this, down the side, and then underneath my sill plate, and it goes that way. So I've already had all this torn apart. And it goes all the way through here, goes underneath this, goes up to the back side of this foam, goes across the back and then down, and then comes out right here. So all this came from the Leaf. I haven't modified anything from the Leaf, so my extension cable that I made a while ago from here goes all the way up to the front was exactly the same length I needed to run from this one as I did in the Leaf. As a matter of fact, it actually laid out better on this one than it did in the Leaf. But yeah, it all just plops in place. The wire goes through the firewall and goes up to the battery. The way that Chevy does it, instead of Leaf, I had to drill a hole through the firewall in order to get the wire through. A little 1/4-inch hole. On this one, all I have to do is just poke a hole through the rubber. So just same thing, a 1/4-inch hole in the rubber, and away she went. So no fuss, no muss. Yeah, so still getting over the cold. So that's basically what I've got now. I'll bring you along when I get the light modification for the charger. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, there's a mod that will put, you can put a light in here right around this ring that will mimic the light that you see here. So when you open up the door, it'll illuminate so you can actually see what the fuck you're doing. And a lot of times this garage is dark, so if you pop the door open, it will turn the light on. But what I want to do is take this one, so it doesn't blind you. I've got a little bit of a reveal ring. I'll put the LEDs along here, and I want to put it like so it flashes inward instead of the ones that I've seen that point outward. I don't want to be blinded in the face with it. So, like I said, this one's a little on the long side. I got my measurements a little wrong. So I wanted to have it sit as far in as I can get it and illuminates everything. And then on top of that, the LEDs I'm going to run right now are these four color style ones. So I've got red, green, blue, and 12 volt. So I'm going to run these ones for right now. But what I'd like to run is, I don't have them here, the multicolor ones, the NeoPixel style ones. I wanted to run it on an Arduino. So I want to be able to pick up the flashes from the on-dash lights. So it does one flash for 25, or 0 to 25, two flash for 25 to 50%, three flash from 50 to 75, and four flashes from 75 to 100. So what I'd like to do is program it so it will pick those flashes up and illuminate the charge ports in those quarters. So 0 to 25, it will light up 25% of it. 0 to 25 to 50, it will show up 50, and it'll just go kind of back and forth. I think it would be kind of cool if I can get it to do that, just because I want to be different and not be like the cookie cutter of everybody else where they just throw it in there and say, this is what I've done. I like to go and step outside the boundary of why would you do that? Because I can. So yeah, apparently there's two plugs. Some say that there's I think it's pins 8 and 9, and then the other ones are 28 and 30. I gotta find out exactly which pins they are, and they're buried behind the battery. So I want to do that the way I would like to do it. Make it personal to me, not just have it. So that's what I'm going to do. So since it doesn't fit, I won't be doing it today. I'll be doing the so I got to do this. I still got to cut that to fit where that one carpet goes, because I want to be able to put stuff over top of it and not crush the heater. So I've still got to build that today and put that in there. So I'll probably end up doing that today and getting it done, and I'll let you know later on how that went. So for now, I guess this is an update of sorts. Welcome to Buzz 2.0. Peppy little car. Like, I gotta say, this thing gets up and goes. And I love the one pedal drive. You put in L and you drive and you just lift up on the accelerator and you just keep doing that. That thing will bring you to a stop. The Leaf doesn't do that. You put it in low and it will coast and it will still roll. It won't apply any amount of stick to the motor or brakes or anything like that. It'll just continuously roll. This one, it stays. I don't know what will happen if you get hit in the ass and you go skipping through the intersection, because I'm hovering over top of the gas pedal, so if I see something going awry, I could probably hit the juice pedal and I'm gone. But I don't know what would happen if you get hit in the ass. I guess you would just roll forward and then eventually it would stop again. But yeah, so like and subscribe. I'll bring you along for anything I do to this thing, like I did the other one. The one thing I gotta say, I don't know if anybody else has had this happen. When you put it in park and you're sitting on a slight incline, your park and brake comes on. Do you hear a little bit of a grind or kind of a motor whine to it? I get it every so often, and it sounded the exact same way as the Leaf did when the brakes let go on it. And it only does it every so often. So, and it only does it when the emergency brake comes on. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm hoping I don't have another brake problem. But anyway, like and subscribe. I'll bring you along with next. Check you later.